Your nightmares follow you like a shadow forever.
Clarity, lucid dreams, it's not me. Substance unknown, something untold, and I don't know. Comatose. Demon in me. Facing the demon in me.
Check out this tight squeeze I'm driving through, looking for ways into this place, man.
Now, in the last section part on Lilith, historically, we go to the Hebrew Talmud, or Talmudic Lilith, where she is described as having wings, long hair, and there is a masculine plural of Lili, which are Lilin, and they're very similar to the descriptions of the Shidem, or the demonic offspring of Azazel. But Lilith was said to have been created as Adam's first wife, and she would not lie under him, and flew off and went to the Red Sea, where she joined with hordes of demons to engage in basically unbridled promiscuity, sex magic, to beget demonic broods of children, more than 100 a day. Engage in basically unbridled promiscuity, sex magic.
And this is a grave.
An actual grave.
I wonder who it belongs to.
Oh God, I'm sinking.
Yeah, I know.
I don't want to. Look, y'all. There's holes in the ground. Look. You see the indentations.
This had to be a worker.
Look.
They didn't give tombstones to patients.
They didn't give tombstones to patients.
No.
Oh. There's bugs biting me, y'all. Hey, look right here. Gabby. Yeah. Oh, God. I think I see bones down there, like in the ground. There's a marker right here.
No.
Huh?
That looks like somebody stuck a condom down there.
I just got bit by something on my neck, and it hurts.
No, you can't see any of the bones.
Look down. I just noticed it keeps going like ripple, 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 ripple. Huh?
That looks like somebody stuck a condom down there.
What's through there? I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's where they would get, like, they would take them out of here and
Bro, I can't believe it.
burying them. Wow, we would have never found this. Bro, I cannot believe what I see right here. Was somebody getting freaky?
What?
Inside the morgue?
Dude, don't tell me there's a rubber in there.
Bro, there's two. There's one that hasn't even been opened yet.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Bro, people were getting freaky in there.
Bro, okay, that's probably the strangest thing I've ever seen. Okay, I've seen it all now.
And if you look closely, you can see a little ball of light floating up. There's actually two of them, but see that floating up by the window there? Very interesting.
And behind me everything's boarded up. There's a couple open windows, but this used to be a general hospital, and they perform surgery, treating everything from the common cold to surgical procedures.
That's right, Bert.
And
I hear some slamming.
Yeah.
My dad and Christian came here once, and which is so funny because one time I posted about this on Facebook and my dad texted me, he's like, if you ever go there, he was literally so mad at me. It's an auditorium.
Interesting.
Creepy. Man, most of this is abandoned.
Pretty much all of it is, yeah.
Most of it is.
No, that's definitely not broken down inside. Like, that's taken care of.
No, it's not.
No, yeah, no, that is definitely taken care of, bro. Scared the shit out of me. Probably fucked, to be honest. Like, this shit's too fucking. We're invading in something. We're definitely invading in something. Like, this is probably a workstation for construction workers. Some shit.
Let's go.
Huh?
Yeah. It seems safe enough. I mean, it's working.
I mean, yeah, it seems safe enough for people that's not us.
Yeah, let's go, pussy.
Okay.
We're already in here. I mean,
we're in elevators now. Now we're in cameras.
or I'm scared.
This is like some government shit.
Yeah, I'm actually scared. This is my worst fear.
What?
Is elevators.
What are we in, bro?
In 1992, Langley was arrested for the murder of 6-year-old Jeremy Guillory of Iowa. A 3-day search for the missing boy ended when the child's body was found in Langley's closet. The little boy had been strangled and molested. Langley's first conviction for first-degree murder and the death sentence were overturned because of the way the jury foreman was picked. In his second trial, the jury found him guilty for second-degree murder, which carries an automatic life sentence. Tapes of Langley's confession were played for the jury.
I wrapped that string, that nylon string around his neck, and pulled as hard as I could on it. You know, that still wasn't stopping him trying to breathe. He was still trying to breathe. But I stuffed an old dirty sock in his mouth, and I held his nose.
Why did you do that?
To make sure he couldn't get no air.
Okay.
To end it.
But Langley's conviction didn't stand after the appeals court concluded he didn't get a fair trial because the judge left the courtroom during closing arguments.
What the? No, that's not. Thing extends forever.
Please.
You're gonna die. Some horrible death. Make sure you don't. When you shine in the room, don't shine in the room.
Yo, I just heard a door open. We're not. Let's...
Maybe one of the most recognizable buildings at Central State. That is because it is known as a haunted. I guess there's been reports. Have they done ghost hunters or ghost whisperers?
Yeah, and they did one of the Vampire Diary episodes here.
Oh, okay. Well, it looks like there's been multiple cases of where they've documented hauntings and things like that.
You believe in ghosts, Bert?
Yeah, I guess. One thing I find interesting is this says right here, these patients were likely to never leave. So once you got here, guys, you were here.
Yeah,
You were here.
guys, that's a scary sentence right there. These patients were likely.
That's the scary part.
Hey, let me ask you something, Bert. Let's say I'm a patient and I'm walking in, okay, and they're transferring me in. Was this sign here that I might likely see this?
No.
That I might not?
They had this blocked out, man.
I got you. That sign was there, but that was blocked.
They had someone saying, "Just come on, welcome to this house." Don't read this.
That's right. That's right. So let's just go up to the door real quick and pretend you're the patient.
Oh no. Okay.
Pretend you're the patient, and you. At first, you was willing to come here because you needed treatment and help. Yeah. But then, give me the all of a sudden, you just find out that if you go in them door, you will never leave.
Come on, guys. So basically, the story is that in '97, this all came to fruition. They realized that 25,000 bodies were unaccounted for. 25,000 bodies were unaccounted for.
The great Milledgeville snow of 2014, January. Pecan Grove, Central State Hospital.
down on it? Would they jump down on this thing?
No. What was that? I just heard something get thrown. I'm not joking. That was out here.
I know I saw a shadow back here earlier.
I just heard something fucking get thrown like a rock.
I wonder if it's like the guys that were through the building. Maybe they live in the building?
Is that real?
Probably so. Let me see.
See, this is why it was dangerous to come to these places, guys, because of things like that. I don't know if that ain't...
It is. Look at the floor. It's wax.
Yeah. Now in here, I can literally smell it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. I've got a feeling that we're going to have something happen to us in here. I got a gut feeling. You can feel the ambiance when you walk into this room,
Look
Change.
at the floors in there. This is a church area. This
Is different. Does it not feel different in this room?
I mean, the girls, when they came in.
I just heard something.
You want to skedaddle?
Okay, I heard something weird.
I'm pretty sure the audio caught it too, because it sounded like a kind of noise. It was weird.
It was bizarre, man. But there are more buildings, and there are more buildings that way that we're just not getting to because this place is so huge. You've already been here for like an hour. So you can keep driving, Christian, so we can get footage of the really creepy one. Is that abandoned or not? That little greenhouse. I can't tell. Because the lawn looks so well kept, but the lawn looks well kept on every part of this.
Yeah.
And then over here, this looks like abandoned housing. Especially with the no trespassing sticker.
Yeah.
Or sign, rather. Yeah, that has got to be abandoned. Oh, yeah. Up there at that blind.
Yep. They also just might own cats.
They might own cats.
I don't understand, because there's vehicles all over the place in there.
And, like, it looks well kept, but everything looks well kept. And then over here, like, you can see, it's like...
It's like caving in.
Maybe part of it is working, part of it isn't.
Yeah. And then I guess you would push this little call. What's up?
Did you hear that?
I did.
Turn around, turn the camera around. It was coming from up there. It sounded like something was banging against, like, did you hear that?
I just heard kind of like a little voice.
I feel like they have to be pretty strict here for there to be, like, no graffiti. That is something I've noticed, is there's no graffiti anywhere. There are no cars or anything around. Health Information Management Department. The lights are on here, too. There are cars, though. But it's like, did people just park there? Like, have they walked around? Like, do people leave their cars there because they know they aren't going to get towed? Like, it's hard. I think that that's a security van.
Yeah, if you went into one of these places and no one saw you go in, no one would know where you are.
No one would ever, like, even if you said, okay, I'm going here, like, no one would ever find you. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Oh, jeez, Ricky, no. This place is real spooky.
So, Christian and I just realized that this is open. And I swear to God it wasn't before.
Yeah, I remember everything on here being like, you know, uniformly closed.
And this is the building that I heard the noises from.
It's like an invitation, you guys.
It's not worth it. I swear to God I heard someone banging against the wood.
I heard a lot of little noises while we were
Yeah, I heard like voices and like...
Hope to God that the camera picked it up.
Of course I'm on my freaking iPhone that picks up nothing, but hopefully it did. And it looks like an ROTC group or something, but they all started chanting in unison for a minute.
It was really creepy.
I can't begin to tell you how scared we were for a minute. Like, how haunted is that? Christian's moving the car. Ew.
What is it? What?
It looks like a tiny hut that someone once lived in.
Oh, freak no, y'all. That is sketch. I do not like
with me.
It gave me hiccups.
This is our final pan around. We're being watched now, but I think it's just by people making sure we're not going in because no one's saying anything to us. I think they're just making sure we're not doing anything sketchy. Look at that. Look at that. What even is that? That is just overcome.
Get a shot of all that barbed wire. That's gnarly.
Right here? That is gnarly. Why is that there?
Probably to keep people from breaking in there and stealing shit overnight.
Stop cussing to my vlog.
Sorry.
If you keep it up, you're gonna have to bleep it out.
I will. I'll just mute every time I say shit. Oh man, look at that. See the roof up there?
Ooh, yeah, I wonder if you guys can. Oh, sorry, I just bumped the friggin' phone. That's crazy.
That one's definitely abandoned.
What is that?
Looks like an old church.
It's just crazy to me because a lot of these you're just kind of like left scratching your head.
That was definitely a church.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Let's see, it was a right?
Yeah, we came from the right.
Y'all, it is really easy to get lost here.
It is really easy to get lost. I mean, it just keeps, like, I feel like it just keeps going forever.
It kind of does.
That church is eerie. Wait, is that a school?
I don't know. Here, I'll do a dipsy doodle.
Yeah, that is abandoned too. Holy cow. You guys, this is what I'm saying though. It just keeps going. Like, there is no stop to it.
Oh, we can get pretty close to this church too.
Yeah, I'll keep filming this. Thanks, Christian. Oh, those birds. Oh, it just says keep out.
You can see it.
You can see straight in, yeah.
That door.
I just heard somebody laugh.
I didn't hear anything.
Please tell me you heard that. This is probably the creepiest place I've ever been in my life. This is way creepier than Pilgrim State. Like, even the trees. Everything's just eerie. This one over here, super eerie. This is the Green Building. Thomas F. Green was appointed superintendent of the Georgia Lunatic Asylum in 1845. He worked for 33 years before collapsing while caring for a patient and then died 2 days later, 1879. Wow. Wow. The Green Building was used for more than 30 years, beginning in 1970 or 1947. I can't even read. Schizophrenia, the patients never left. Wow. It was last used by the Department of Children. So this became something.
In this room, it was labeled on the door the counseling work area, or counselor work area. And my friend here found some interesting paperwork that we're about to take a look at. while looking at it, I thought about blurring out the names, but then I thought, and we discussed it, that these records of the inmates and prisoner names are all public record, so I didn't blur anything out.
What is this?
I mean, I thought this might be an inmate transportation bus, but you think it'd be a little bit more secure. So, who knows what kind of bus it is, but from the outside it definitely looks like that. This is a different one, this is a Bluebird. Oh crap. So these are hymns. Because we're by the chaplain now. Book of Hymns. Very cool. I didn't see what was up these stairs last time. I'm gonna go look, but go straight ahead and take a left. Oh, it goes to nowhere. Weird. What's that supposed to mean? Actually, you just look how small the patient rooms are.
Sometimes Lilith is depicted as a half woman, half snake being. We see this kind of creature depicted in stone in many Indian villages, where she is sometimes shown with many eggs.
I can't believe they just have to let these buildings
fall in.
That's the seal of Georgia.
What the hell was that knocking? You hear that?
Yeah.
That was way behind you. Like the columns alone.
God, I wish we could get in there.
Like the columns alone. If we just vanquished them, that police right out here. I swear I thought I heard somebody screaming though earlier. Even those like concrete turrets on top. That's gotta be what's nice.
I'm looking at it. Sounds so bright.
It's all this spirit.
That's reptilian eye. What do you mean? I just peed on myself. Jesus. Yeah, Shane, you wouldn't believe it. I was standing there. I thought I saw something in the doorway. And so I started pissing, and all of a sudden I heard clunk, like somebody was inside the doorway. That's it. You hear it? That's it. That's the sound.
You get it? The side of the hat.
It's very, oh, the stars and circles. This is very
Asian?
undercover. No, it's very undercover evil.
That's what I was thinking. Actually, I was thinking it was more Masonic.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
Mesa evil.
Cuesta Mesa.
You tell me. Devil.
The Georgia Department of Epilepsy. Oh, it's military college.
Are you sure it's not?
Oh, I'm sorry. There really doesn't appear to be, from what we can see. Now, a lot of these markers are covered with leaves from fall. There doesn't really appear to be any real order to these markers, the numbers on these markers. They just appear to be sporadic, and they don't really resemble anything that makes a pattern or an organization at all. They're very random. They're very sporadic. From what I read, the only way that they were able to find these graves is to come out here with a metal detector.
Oh yeah, satanic going on. To the other building.
Why was that? Why is
What
that
the
there?
fuck is that there?
Why is that there? Look, I got chills. Look, I got fucking chills.
Fuck that. Let's keep on rolling. You want to go down that other hallway? I'm thinking that's where they're going to be. I'll walk down there. It'd be like last time at the end of the video. There was stuff at the end of the hallway. Why you still stick around? Why you don't go to the other side? What was this building used for?
swear it smells weird through here. I don't know. Smell it though? It smells weird.
No, it's not good.
There's one more floor down, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. Okay. That's okay. Okay. That's okay. That was me. Hey, there's paper towels. You know, paper towels.
be an animal.
Your nightmares follow you like a shadow forever.
Lucid dreams, it's not me. Substance unknown, something untold, and I don't know. Comatose. Demon in me. Facing the demon
The Baron is a petrol god. He is a Loa. Okay, and here are a few things to describe the Baron. Okay, sometimes he wears a black top hat. That's what he's known for. A black tuxedo, and usually he wears darker black shades. Okay, sometimes with one of the lenses out of the glasses representing being in the light and in the dark at the same time. Sometimes he is seen with cotton plugs in his nose as if prepared for burial. A lot of people will find his skull with a top hat, glasses, cigar in his mouth, not to confuse him with Papa Legba, okay? But you will see the Baron's altar being set up this way.
I'm going to be creating Baron Samedi's Veve, and he's the Loa of the graveyard. He protects the graveyard. He helps people in the transition from life to death. He is a gid, or a kind of ghost spirit, a kind of spirit associated with the dead, very much liking in smoke and rum and bad jokes, and very much has to do with the transition between life and death and an understanding of death. And how I work with Baron Samedi really has to do with an understanding of death more than it has to do with my own workings in graveyards, so I do work with Baron Samedi in graveyards.
Baron Samedi. Baron Samedi. Baron Samedi. Baron Samedi. Baron Samedi. Baron Samedi.
That's the Archangel. Oh, that's the monument?
Yeah, the monument. The monument. Yeah. That's freaking close to us.
What? You got touched?
Oh.
Feel it?
Like a pressure on your chest?
Uh-huh. You get like
Yeah.
goosebump feeling?
No, my heartbeat just ramped up a good bit. What is that?
What?
Shells.
What?
What?
Dude.
Don't. What it was? This is the Archangel.
Yeah.
It's a freaking rock. You know, anybody else think it's a little bit ironic that it's set perfectly in a circle of trees to an opening? James, what I'm thinking is, me and you both felt that pressure.
Yeah.
There's a dime here.
What year's on it?
$1989.
1989.
It's in fairly good condition. It must have been left out here recently.
Just the satanic ritual thing.
Is that you?
What?
Did you talk?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, Mr. Pierce. Lay down, man. Not in this hole. Okay. Just so you know.
Where was that room that was completely dark? It was boarded up. Wasn't it all the way at the first floor? Like
I
the very
think
bottom?
no, it couldn't have been on the first floor. It was on the second floor, I thought.
It's not on the second floor because we was boarded up. Wasn't it all the way up?
What was it? Could have been help me or get out.
Yeah. Well, we. God. For real.
Sketchy.
Okay, maybe it wasn't down here.
I don't think it was.
But like literally,
I can't remember where that room was.
So I took this out and set it on the floor where it would spin.
Yeah. You can go up this stairway. I don't know what's up this.
Yeah, there's a closet you can come out of.
Ha 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 ha
You made the joke last video.
Yeah, it did.
Damn it, James. Damn it.
What the fuck?
What?
It just stops.
What? No way.
Yeah, it stops. Like literally.
Oh, that's fucking sketch.
Stairway
What?
to nothing.
Okay, so people watching, we just found a staircase
To nothing.
leading to nothing. Absolutely nothing.
It blocked it off.
With concrete though?
Yeah, like why?
Yeah, that seems a
The
bit
fuck?
obsessive. Or excessive. Damn it.
Okay.
Well,
I guess we're not going up this way.
That is just weird.
it is weird.
It's like, what's that one, the Winchester house?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, my light just died.
Your light died?
How my light died?
I've been running mine non-stop, and it's not been changed up better since yesterday. How did yours die? You charged it on the way here. Like
Well, not long before, it was like on a bar or two. Not me. Not me. Not me. Whoa, shh, shh, shh.
Dude, I heard a lady scream.
You heard?
Yeah. Dude, I straight up heard a lady scream.
Which way?
I don't know. I don't know if it came from outside or out in here somewhere.
Is anyone here?
Dude, your camera's really blurry.
Yeah, it's really blurry. Are you passing in front of my camera? Can you make it stop? Are you standing in front of it?
I've never had any issue like that when I stream.
I've never done
Type it
that
once, see if
happen.
it'll clear up.
See if I can.
Oh, shit. Hopefully they're not coming here. If they're coming here, we're fucked.
Yeah, I'm getting closer, so I think we need to find out.
Alright, I'm installing this.
Finding the exit. You not hear the sirens?
What?
Hear the sirens.
Second floor. Somebody's here.
See that girl. Hang on, can you hold on 1 second? I already know that. So you have passport, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What do you have?
Yeah, passport. Let's see if I can record that.
Dude, look at this shit. It's like underground. It's like all the red dirt.
Go.
Wait, let me see.
There's like 4 of them. They're freezers. Check it out.
The fuck?
Yeah.
That's weird. Right? What's that? Hey, guess what? Hospital. Is there any arrows? Oh, I see a building. Nothing.
There's another light over here. Maybe you should like feel like dude, we're lost in the tunnels right now.
We've been stuck down here 9 hours and counting. We're hungry, we're thirsty. And we went over here.
Let's get out of here.
The door is open.
I was like, nope.
You get snatched in. Hey bro, we got trumpet stick.
I don't know how to talk about this.
Dude, I can't breathe. Dude, I can't breathe.
Smells like shit. Smells like shit.
Nah, I can't breathe.
This one's just a little disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's kind of clean. Like a lot of ones.
This left open.
You first.
What you trying to say?
I'll get a flashlight. Oh, look at that. No, look at that. Oh, I have to fix my legs.
Okay.
I don't know how to about this place.
Okay. We're leaving then. Alright, man. There were so many chemicals in there. I'm talking like... Alright, so that building was full of chemicals and super cold. So we're gonna go... check this one out, you know?
My room.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it smells like... You smell that?
Yeah.
It smells like you, Ian.
It smells like my asshole.
It's metal.
God.
No, I'm kidding. I don't-
So this is where our inmates meet if they ever want to meet their family.
That's a.
Damn, so these are the cells. Oh, common cells fine then.
Oh wait, let's take a picture.
Damn.
Here, Justin.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a picture. Oh, yeah.
The electronics.
Justin.
The power's on. Dude, the building is on.
Justin, here, flash.
Does it look weird?
No, it looks cool.
It's just my camera quality's not the best. Videos. Oh. Do another one.
Sure. Alright.
It's so dark. When you move.
Is that one good?
They're all good.
Really?
This one isn't. This one's fine.
Dude.
Dude, imagine what deserves. Do not walk on grass.
Ian. This one's in perfect condition. Wait, hold on. Go downstairs. That hall? We gotta go that way. That's the way that we came in, over there. Yo, there's CDs in here, too. Second.
No way.
Isn't that
Look at
amazing?
That's crazy as f. Wait, hold on. Ian, what do you think is in these then over here? No, look. Look in here.
Hey, guys. Let's go back.
Let's go back.
Yeah, I think we should like chill. Yeah, I think we should like chill. Yeah, I think we should like chill. Yeah, I think we should like chill.
Okay, God.
This is 08, so that's not that looking good.
Alright, so this is where we just were. Okay, so we just heard people, so we're gonna go. Okay, so we just heard some people outside the room that we were in. I think they're over there. Yeah.
Didn't hang it off, so you put it back. It's not on the bird. Yeah. Yeah, somebody
What we do? Okay, we're leaving right now. Might go back in, but we just heard cops, so.
Oh my god. I know.
No way.
The door. I was just reading the sign up there.
You know what I mean? And I know clearly you guys are reading.
Yeah.
It's in red, no trespassing.
Yeah.
Unsafe building. So you know what that means if it's unsafe building.
Yeah.
It could be a hazard to yard health, and that's what Central State don't want, somebody to come out here and get hurt.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Y'all can take as many pictures and videos as you want and stay in the street. Don't go behind the building. Don't go up to the building.
Yeah. Alright.
You go up to the building, trespassing, the weekend, locked up, your parents got to be called. It's just ignorance.
Yeah.
Just obey the law, take your pictures, enjoy yourself. Don't go in the building. Don't go behind the building. It's simple. Y'all have a good one.
Alright, thank you. Sorry about that. They secure this place, I guess. We just went into like 4 buildings that don't really do a good job. Yeah, good job. Good job.
So you know what that means if it's unsafe building.
Yeah.
It could be a hazard to yard health, and that's what Central State don't want, somebody to come out here and get hurt.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Y'all can take as many pictures and videos as you want and stay in the street. Don't go behind the building.
We're excited to have the activity on the campus.
Activity Mike Couch with the local redevelopment authority says is bringing life back to Central State. The hospital is set to close in June, and Couch is looking for different ways to revitalize the campus.
This is such a unique place, and the opportunities presented by the real estate cover a gauntlet of different opportunities. This was an opportunity we seized, and this fits real nicely into the overall master plan we're working on right now.
Milledgeville Mayor Richard Bentley agrees.
This is just the start, in my view, of good things to come.
And even though the board's mission is to renovate as many buildings as possible, Bentley believes the hospital's future in film is looking bright.
We feel like that there's enough acreage out here and enough old buildings that we'll be able to still have film production even though we are trying to occupy some of these buildings.
Central State makes the perfect backdrop for Hollywood. The old buildings and the quiet atmosphere make a great soundstage, and Couch hopes this film project will be the first of many.
We want to start marketing this campus as a film-ready site and bring some of that industry into Milledgeville.
In Baldwin County, Amanda Castro, 41 NBC News.
Pretty cool story. This is the hospital's first major film production, and it's also boosting the local economy. More than 100 cast and crew members are in Milledgeville this week, spending their money at local restaurants, hotels, and shops.
So you know what that means if it's unsafe building. Yeah. It could be a house to yard help, and that's what Central State don't want, somebody to come out here and get hurt.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Y'all can take as many pictures and videos as you want and stay in the street. Don't go behind the building.
Made that up. So you have undead people, former people in most cases, feeding on the living. That's the vampire. It's the basis of almost all vampires. Yes. But even that has exceptions, because the earliest vampires that we know of that arose out of the first civilization, Mesopotamia, were actually demon goddesses, right?
Yeah, Lamastu was a demon goddess, and she was the daughter of Anu, the sky god.
Yeah.
And she would creep in and kill your babies.
Yes, she was not a happy, nice person. She had talons, wings.
Yeah.
And they believed that the Assyrians and Babylonians were basically going like, what is going on, when they would encounter sudden infant death syndrome or miscarriages. And they said, well, of course it is
Lamastu.
Thank you.
Lamastu is also associated with Lilith, who I mentioned, who this past season was on True Blood, like a version of Lilith. But she is prominent in Jewish texts and is a lot like Lamastu. She was the first woman, supposedly.
Yeah.
Not Eve, but Adam and Lilith.
Yeah.
So Lilith was a modern woman, and she was like, you know, Adam, I ain't putting up with this because I am just the same as you. I was created from God just like you are.
Yeah.
And so
stop acting like you're not made of dust.
Exactly. So she left Eden, said, I'm out of here. I'm going to go have my own kids.
Yeah.
God sends angels to bring her back. She's like, no, I'm not going. And the angel said, all right, you think angels are nice? We're going to kill 100 of your children every day until you get back up to Eden or heaven.
Yeah. And rather than say, okay, well, let's go back to Eden, then Lilith said, do it. And they did it. And so she started killing human children in return.
That's right. Again, with sharp talons, a winged demoness, stealing infants and fetuses.
And I find that extremely interesting, that the vampire legend is kind of born out of this this folklore of how you're supposed to be subservient to men.
the fucking morgue. Oh, and the fucking light went dead.
Did it?
Yep.
Here, get the lights up. Get your light out, Pete.
What is it with these lights going dead?
That's not by accident. Maybe.
Yeah.
Get your lights on.
I think this is the cremating one, because it has a heater inside.
Where? That's a
Right
cooling
there.
unit.
That's a cooling unit?
Yeah. That's the... Here. Georgia State Hospital, August 8th, 2011. Sweating like a fucking whore in church. Me and Chris. Already found our way in. One cop already had a little bit of a following with us, but we're good. Here we come.
And that's why it's called one.
Walker Building, Georgia State Hospital, Central State Hospital. This is supposedly the building that the little boy is seen in. The one building that is reportedly known to be haunted. Here, go, 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 go. Goats on a roof. Hey, Satan, what's going on?
What are you doing?
No, but drive off slow, see if he comes.
Yep, there it is again. Yep, there it is again.
On another incantation bowl we read, Salvation from heaven for Dadbey, the son of Asmanduch, and for Sherkoi, the daughter of Dada his wife, and for their sons and daughters, and their house and their property, that they may have offspring, and may live, and be established, and be preserved from demons, devils, plagues, satans, curses, Liliths, and tormentors, which may appear to them.
Yep, there it is again.
Agnus Orlok, Salven Rexit Ignifere. 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 Agios o honor, salven rex ignifere. Agios o honor, salven rex ignifere.
Wow, look at this shot. Yeah, I wonder what that used to be. Yeah. I wouldn't even know what this would feel like. To me, it's scary though. Rivers South. What's that? You'd almost have to hide the Jeep if we were going in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at the crutches.
Wait for you to come out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, see the crutches on the ground?
Yeah. And there's a pickup over there. Got a drug test.
It's almost like a mini version of a concentration camp, sort of. Or maybe a little bit nicer of a place than a concentration. Well, I don't know. It may not have been nicer.
Steam plant. That's what this place is.
There's a window inside the wall. Yeah. Window inside the wall. You can see its skull.
See its whole skeleton.
Yeah. Wow. A rat. That's a big ass rat. These floor finish and automated dishwashers or liquid. Okay. I'm positive that the building didn't go that far in this direction. Yeah. Look how far it goes. It did not go that far down up top.
Tunnel?
So it might be like connected to the other buildings down here.
This definitely looks like an interconnection, like a passageway between them.
Yeah, we're like in the center of the courtyard probably. Let's go to the school area. IDs. What is it? IDs. Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah. It's nuts. It's like melting. Whoa, what is that? These cells. These are bathroom cells. So when they need a shower, they get locked in the shower. isolated in the shower even. The red is to hide the blood stains. So basically the same thing, just with only one bed inside. Wow. This looks crazy though. Ye olde biohazard. Wow. They use like a medieval font or something. So we just saw a security guard driving really slowly out in front. I think they're onto us. They were driving, not parked. They were driving this way. They didn't stop. They could have went around the side though. There's still a mesh. I don't think they're onto us. Probably just doing regular patrols. Yeah, I'm sure. We should just keep it down for a bit because we know he's around here.
We're going to go down to Georgia, and this site is called Rock Eagle, and that is for a very specific reason here. But on the east side of Rock Eagle Lake, there is a large stone effigy of an eagle, and there is a lot of unanswered questions as far as the origin of this, who built it and when. But here is a look at it from overhead, very large. And here is a look at what they call Rock Eagle, and this is kind of on a mound here. This is set up as a mound, and there's a story there was cremated remains found in here. but a lot of vague answers to this place. So let's see if we can put out some good comments here in the comment section of what you think this might depict, because scholars aren't sure this actually depicts an eagle. They're not sure what it depicts, but it's on the east side of this lake, and I had talked about the birdman of Cahokia and Horus of Egypt and all of the birdmen of ancient cultures. Well, was there a great leader buried in this mound or cremated in this mound? And is that what this representation was? Or was it of an afterlife god? Or what was it exactly? There's no solid answers here, so any comment will be fully accepted. But this is a solid history we know about this place. It was built sometime between 3,000 and 1,000 years ago. That's the best they can do, is pinpointing a time when this was built, between 1000 BC and 100 AD. That's all they know. On this website it says Rock Eagle Effigy Mound is the next oldest Indian mound site in Georgia after the Sapelo Shell Ring Complex. This Indian mound is an effigy in the shape of a bird with its wings spread. It is believed to have been constructed by a Native American group around 2,000 years ago, although originally it was thought to be more than 5,000 years old. And here in this pic you can kind of get an idea that this is a mound. It says A.R. Kelly of the University of Georgia excavated the effigy mound site in the 1950s. During the excavation, Mr. Kelly found a single quart projectile point and the cremated remains of a human burial. So maybe this was an important leader interred in here. It says no Native American leaders, and that is kind of a vague term, Native Americans, and some people have their own idea of what that means. It says no Native American leaders before or after have ever been found afforded such magnificent burial monuments. Thus, whoever were buried at Rock Eagle and Rock Hawk were clearly persons of great significance. Much later, at the Etowah Mound site in Cartersville, Georgia, artifacts represented an eagle warrior or birdman were unearthed. Could Rock Eagle and Rock Hawk represent the burials of two founders of this cult? And are they directly or indirectly connected to the birdman of Cahokia? I think those are great questions to ask. It is one of only two such Indian effigy mounds known to exist east of the Mississippi River, with the second Indian mound known as Rock Hawk. So why don't we go take a look at that? But I wondered about an alignment here. This is the sunset on the winter solstice, the day that marks the death of the sun. The alignment of the Rock Eagle monument kind of comes off in this way, and it's not quite exact, but it's pretty close to the alignment of the setting sun on the winter solstice here. And here is a site from overhead, and this pathway, if it would have continued out, almost lines up with the winter solstice sunset. But let's just go take a look at Rock Hawk, which is fairly close by here. Now here's the Rock Eagle site, here is the Rock Hawk site. These are about 13 miles apart, I believe. But this site is not as in good condition as the Rock Eagle site. But right down here are a few pics of the rock mound, not as well preserved as Rock Eagle. Here's another look. Here is a look from down below. But here is a look at the stone mound from ground eye level, and you can tell this is built up quartzite rock here in the form of some sort of bird. Here on this website it says, it is not known who built the Rock Hawk effigy, nor exactly when or why. Most of what we know comes from the limited research that has been conducted on the mounds and from speculation. The effigy was located on land occupied by Native Americans before early settlers took ownership via treaties and land grants shortly after 1880. The effigy consists of milky quartz rocks, and it is in the shape of a hawk. Some of the rocks are so large that archaeologists believe that they were dragged there with the use of deer skins. So not a lot of real solid answers here. Why they were built of this type of quartzite rock or how they were aligned, but this one does not appear to be aligned the same way as Rock Eagle. So just a lot of questions here, so I'd appreciate your comments on this. Here on this website, they call it a mysterious 5,000-year-old hawk-shaped monument. So the true date of this, it's all wild speculation. It even says that's speculative here, the dating. But it says LHOHQ is still under development as a tourist site. The project is being carried out as a Route 16 scenic byway project.
And in some cuneiform inscriptions, the terms Lilitu and Lilith stand for the disease-bearing wind spirits. According to the same source, the first time that we find this demon mentioned is at around 3000 BC as a class of Sumerian storm spirits called Lilitum. Quoting from the New World Encyclopedia, the Lilitu were said to prey upon children and women, and were described as associated with lions, storms, desert, and disease. Early portrayals of Lilitu are known as having zoo birds' talons for feet and wings. Later accounts depict Lilitu as a name for one figure and several spirits. Similar demons from the same class are recorded around this time frame. Lilu, a succubus, Ardad Lili, Lilith's handmaid, who would come to men in their sleep and beget children from them, and Irdu Lili, the succubus counterpart to Ardad Lili, so incubus and succubus.
Some of the best scary video clips come from our Slaptam fans. For example, this video submitted by Midas Wilder is enough to give anyone the creeps. Wilder is a paranormal investigator living in Georgia in the United States. He grew up with an insane asylum in his backyard. The asylum, the Central State Hospital, was once the largest mental asylum in the world. Who knows what disturbed spirits could be still lingering on the hospital grounds. At the start of the video, Wilder indicates that he began filming when he realized that the abandoned building had numerous lights on late at night. With no staff or patients, it seems quite bizarre that the building would be lit up. The video shows Wilder approaching the building, getting numerous shots of the building's windows awash with light. If it hadn't been for the fact that the building was abandoned, nothing would seem out of the ordinary. In fact, nothing in the footage is particularly alarming at first glance. However, a closer look reveals something disturbing. As Wilder and his crew explore, the camera picks up something odd: the dark silhouette of a person standing at one of the windows. The shape of the silhouette clearly reveals it to be a human inside the building. But who could it have been? A trespasser would be unlikely to have turned on all the lights, and someone making an official visit probably wouldn't do so at night. Is it possible that this strange video has captured evidence of a former patient whose soul still lingers at the abandoned asylum?